Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is Victory Dance. The scripture comes from Mark 4 and 2. And the scripture reads, and he taught them many things in parables. So here's the message. God said for somebody that your victory is not going to look the way that you thought it was going to look. Like for some of you, you thought it was going to look one way, but it's going to look the opposite. So what you were seeing as a victory for you is something completely different for God. And for sometimes it be a situation where in your perspective, the best thing is to do X, Y, and Z. But in God's perspective, it's completely different. You may have your reasonings as why you think what God thinks is a victory is a nightmare. And in God's eyes, it's not. And in God's eyes, it's not as bad as what like you think is a victory. Because I just feel like sometimes the victory that you want for yourself, I just feel like it's just kind of like, is it worth it in the end? Like in the end, is it really going to be like, are you really going to receive how your desired results? You know what I'm saying? That's just like, I feel like somebody that would steal an idea from like their best friend or something like that. And then after they do that, they go and they become successful from that idea. And when they come back, you know what I'm saying? Now they don't have their friend anymore because they were successful. But at the same time, their friend like is mad at them because of the idea or whatever. Like, you know, like maybe they wanted to do the lemonade stand together and this person and took off and did the lemonade stand by themselves. So God is saying sometimes, even though it would be more successful to do something alone, even if y'all thought it up together, even if it was originally your idea and they just came up with the name or they just did this, that, and the third, you know, like the color scheme or whatever. I just feel like sometimes in the end, it's not worth it. Like the journey that it would take you to get to where you're going, it will be different, as well as your results in the end, because it's like in the end you ain't gonna have nobody to celebrate with you. Like who is gonna celebrate with you when you like have accomplished your goal, your mission or whatever? So sometimes in your perspective you think, mm, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, this should happen, that should happen, and the third. But in God's perspective, from God's perspective, he sees it different. But sometimes we just can't see certain things. That's just like there are times where things will happen to you and you don't know why. And it could be like I'm showing somebody just dry walking down the street, somebody will take them out of nowhere. And you know what I'm saying? People don't do that. That's, you know what I'm saying? In their right mind, don't nobody do that. Even crazy people don't do that. Nobody just starts, you know what I'm saying? It's typically a reason as to why somebody is just going to start fighting somebody. But just because you didn't see what that person did to them, don't mean, you know what I'm saying? And then for some of y'all, it don't even be that. It could be a situation where somebody else put them up to it. If they, you know what I'm saying, if they don't know that person from Adam, never met them before, or you know what I'm saying, that person ain't do them nothing. That person ain't do nothing wrong, and they just getting attacked out of nowhere. Ain't no understanding, ain't no questioning, ain't no conversation, like nothing, just, you know what I'm saying? Like God said, sometimes you can't see that there are other people that are trying to make plays at things. There are other people that are trying to control the narrative in the background. And because of that, he he adjusts, you know what I'm saying, certain things. And even though from your perspective, you think X, Y, and Z is the route, God said no, because you don't realize that there are certain things you can't see. It's like I see like somebody that's throwing stones and hiding their hand, but it's almost like instead of them throwing it, they not even having to, like they passing it to somebody else. That's passing it to somebody else, and they throw the stone. And God said He's seeking judgment upon the person that passed the stone. He's seeking judgment upon the person that gave the order for the stone to be even thrown in the first place. And you know what I'm saying? And then He worry about the rest. But when it come down to it, and your decisions, God says that He wants you to make the best decisions, not only for yourself, but like for everybody, for your children, so for somebody, for your children, like you have to think about them too. You have to think about everybody that would be affected by your decisions, regardless of what those decisions are. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.